You certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing, for my own peace of mind.
She's trying to protect
also show those guys
you.
what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
She always like, get home safe, my Discord kitten.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then...
You say first floor, do you mean upstairs?
No, the box.
Downstairs.
Oh!
Okay, that means it's
Craig.
totally different where I'm from.
That actually scared me.
Exactly. Nom 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 nom.
Okay,
Nom,
what's
nom, nom, nom,
next?
nom.
The main attraction of the worst opening ceremony in Olympics history.
Oh my
Time to
gosh!
pick the one you like best.
God. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, Swifties.
Crap, dude's here. Vinny, don't even think about it, bitch.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking.
Oh.
I see an ominous glow in distance.
Ominous glow? Let me see this glow. Ah!
It's their penis!
It's the rave! It's the rave is on the way. To go off and date her, guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Yeah, you're still a traitor. God, I wish that you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. Uh-oh. I wish I'd brought more stuff. Oh. Oh no. Yep, that's me gone. Hi chat, I'm dead. Not the last thing I hear being, ah shit.
You died, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I just died. Yeah.
Is still half marks. I still class us as a victory.
Yep. Oh,
I tried. I just wanted to get the bodies up. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to save money.
You were really
Hi,
tempting
Bunny!
fate with that
Half
one, weren't
marks.
you?
Marks. I will take it.
knowing the chorus of shouts going off.
There was so many people being like, fucking turret! Let me out! No, you bitches, what the fuck?
They're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Damn.
Oh, is that because they're trying to show off or something?
For God's sake.
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people.
Now, it should be illegal to put blank in a buffet.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be gross.
Oh god.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
What kind of buffets are you guys going to? Can I come? Where?
Horses, I think. Where's the horses? Egg. Oh! Wait, guys, how often does that happen? What? What? I'm actually so confused. I threw an egg and it spawned 3 baby chickens. No, 4 baby chickens.
There is a musket?
Like America.
Well, I wouldn't say everyone on the patrol uses a musket. I just happen to have formed a platoon made up mostly of musketeers.
Nice.
Whoa, Chiori, Paimon didn't know you went so far back with such a cool person!
It's nothing. In my line of work, it's not uncommon to run into some trouble every now and then. And she's helped me get out of a few sticky situations. In return,
Jesus
I've helped
Christ.
her take care of some things that you could
Somebody
say aren't
clip that.
exactly in
Smooth getaway.
Oh, why did I do that?
Oh my
Everybody
god.
shut up!
Oh, play it slow, I'll take it. Oh, that is getting clipped.
It is. Oh gosh. What
Oh.
was that?
I wake up to the sound of the silence that I found.
The way that they were just crouching behind that rock and then it just completely disappeared.
That was such a dramatic voice crack.
Wait.
Take a
Oh
breath,
my
Max.
god.
Go through all this data and you can find out where Nathan took Kate after the
I
party.
don't want to do the investigation. And also hilarious how my tracking follows me all the way down. I didn't know it does that. Oh, that's clippable. I'm gonna clip that. Spreadsheet simulator. Oh, don't get me started.
One.
Not this one?
Although that one is kind of cool.
Oh, when I said explode, I thought you literally meant this one, so. Which one are you talking about? Wait, what does it say? Autistic and ready to fuck. Oh, ah! Fuck my life! Why would you do that to me? Oh, a bison. Do you think maybe it might drop some leather? Should we try? Oh, it's gonna hurt me. Oh! Yep, I thought so. Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. That was so dumb. Oh no, my stuff. Wait, I think I have a spare sword. Let's... It's where we just find a dead body. Oh! Ah! Craig! Craig, how dare you! Didn't think you'd have it in you! I got really scared! Keep the shears nearby the sheep because I hate going back and forth. Oh, turtles, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm even more sorry. They're gonna attack me? No, I was just trying to get the boat, okay? That was insane. Oh, that fish just ate the boat, okay. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Today we're going to be doing some more Vampire Therapist. I hope you all are having a brilliant morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Vampire Therapist, if you didn't know, is a story-based game where you are playing a character who is a vampire, but also a cowboy. And he helps other vampires with their mental problems. It's been really interesting so far because it's got several game mechanics where you're supposed to point out the rigid way in which your fellow vampires are thinking and then help them reflect on their own thoughts. Well, welcome on in, PRP Crusher. May I call you Mr. P? I'm kidding. Let me know what you prefer to be called. We're going to get started really shortly. I'm really excited to get back into this because so far we've met so many interesting characters. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Just followed.
Thank you very much. But yeah, we met like very interesting characters last time. We met a thespian, an actor who thought he was the best actor ever. We met a streamer. We also met a aristocrat who was like in famous paintings. So very interesting so far. I'm just going to switch scenes right now. There we go. And we're in. Check the game level. There we go. Cool. We're going to continue on from where we were. Any second now. Any second now. There we go.
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but I guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once. There is a term the mortals use these days, multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy. Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
I guess. I just hope I can concentrate on my own therapy with all this stuff bouncing around in my noggin.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head.
Oh, now we're going to get therapized. Interesting.
I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stealing the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret? Something the old ones gave you that's been lost to time? Something mortals could never imagine?
No, it's just meditation.
Nah, it's just meditation.
Uh-oh.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process. Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
I'd have to say the woods. I always liked being in nature.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. Be attuned to your body. Breathe, and you will be able to address your thoughts and clear your mind. Now close your eyes and begin.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. And it sure is a tall glass of water. I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Focus, Sam, focus. Who's got a pretty mane?
Aha.
Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt? I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax, ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
How are you feeling now?
Oh, I'm better after that's over.
Yeah, alright. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Your horse?
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day. I can't really stop.
No.
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah.
Would you like to start there?
Not sure I'd like it, but seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. It's got a lot to do with my old gang.
Oh no.
I mentioned them before. Well, the Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty. They took my princess, killed her in cold blood, and made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
Oh, Samuel, I'm so sorry.
Damn, that is traumatic.
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I betrayed her.
Oh.
They knew what it would take to break me, and it's my fault for letting them do it.
But Samuel, these Mystic Bastards, it sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Yeah, it's not your fault, Sam.
Well, it sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
What they did, Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do. But Samuel, you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the Mystic Bastards' actions entirely to your own supposed failings.
We're getting new game mechanics. No! I'd only just learned the old ones.
While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair nor accurate.
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control fallacy?
An astute observation, Samuel. Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy. While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, Personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you. But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now. You are correct that keeping all distortions in mind at once is unrealistic. I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important. You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I can see that.
Well, if it ain't my fault, who else's is it?
The Mystic Bastards, of course. Let me put it into perspective for you. I will make a series of statements, and you help me identify the personalization distortion. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm. I bit Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault. Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what.
Well, that's the personalization. Batflix has no earthly clue who you are. They just raised their subscription prices anyway.
Just as your gang planned to isolate members from their former lives. Do you see the connection?
I guess so. I was just too stupid to see it at the time.
I love how they called Netflix Batflix.
Calling yourself stupid is what distortion?
Labeling.
Yeah, it's labeling. But I should have known anyway. I knew that crew was bad news. I just thought I was bad news too.
You should have known. That's another distortion of reality, Samuel.
Oh, of course.
Fine, should statement, whatever.
Thank you for the follow, Vicious Tractor. How you doing?
Nothing's ever my fault and I don't gotta know nothing. I was responsible for getting that beautiful horse killed. She trusted me, and if I'd been someone else, she wouldn't have had to die in that awful way.
You're doing good? Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
I am not asking you to lie to yourself. Far from it. And I am not suggesting that you absolve yourself of all responsibility. But what would you say if a friend came to you with the same story? Would you tell them what they should have done? Would you call them stupid? You said yourself that you joined your gang because they were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose. I do not think this is a circumstance most people choose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Remember, Samuel, we are trying to reframe our thinking by clarifying these distortions. I know it may feel as though I am picking on you, but I am not. Let us forget what you should have done to make room for a different distortion. You are drawing a direct link from your emotion to the death of your horse. This is a distortion called emotional reasoning.
Ah.
I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act
My
on
day
its
has been
own.
really good. Stubbed my toe, but other than that, I'm good. Ah, okay. I hope your toe's feeling better.
This terrible thing, it did happen. And some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless. But let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful worked up when talking about my princess. You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my tainted soul and still loved me.
Oh.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly. I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions color our thoughts. Please listen, and call me out when I am using emotional reasoning.
Okay. Focus.
I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next door. The mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
That's the emotional reasoning right there. I don't think them folk in the club know too much about how you're feeling.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing, and that is purely biological. We are animals, Samuel. There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die. The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to...
Well, if reincarnation's a
Whoops.
thing, I think I'd rather come back as a horse.
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang, let alone the Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice. Nobody would have taken me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so hanging didn't sound too appealing.
Ah, I
The
see.
last job I did got my brother killed. And after that, my wife left with my daughter, and I never saw him again. Can't
Oh,
say
so
I
he
blame
has
her.
he literally hasn't talked about his family at all. He talked about his horse more than his
I
own
didn't have
family.
nobody. Ain't no surprise that a vampire gang would be the only people to take me in.
It is all we want.
Aha, so that is how you turned.
It's weird that we're relating to a vampire, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing bodies sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed, we partnered up with one of them mystic bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable and that you had no place to go.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go. I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain that no one would have any pity on you at all. That your only recourse was to join your gang.
Ah.
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
Indeedy.
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with
Oh.
being terrifyingly old.
Andy has a beautiful laugh.
You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu thinking, so let us put that particular distortion out of our minds for now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization, the idea that no mortal could accept you.
Okay.
This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the Mystic Bastard's approach.
Damn. Maybe we went wrong, huh? I should have joined the Foreign Legion or something. Dang it, should statement.
Your mind is not
Oh, there's that laugh again.
shooting gallery, Samuel. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment. Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough. Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents. I want to suck your blood. Who talks like this?
I think it's the
I
first one.
don't believe you have found all my elder vampires are in.
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Samuel. Though, in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself. I aspire to be more patient these days. Let me continue. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
Well, that's kind of an overgeneralization, ain't it?
I agree, but I only said that it seemed to me that being.
Oh, well.
No, it is just vampires from Transylvania.
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy. I ain't sure any of them ever sounded like that. Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Correct, Samuel. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. Well done, Samuel. Your ability to identify cognitive distortions continues to impress. But let us bring things back to you. I do not ask you to absolve yourself of the things you have done. You did not have the tools to be mindful of the thought patterns that made you vulnerable to the Mystic Bastards. I have seen mindfulness take root in you, though, Samuel. I hope this session has been helpful to you.
Yeah, we learned so much.
Yeah, I'm still sad. I'm still regretful about Princess. I think I'll always be. My not being mindful is what killed her. Every time I think about it, I just know I'm a terrible person who messes everything up. But I think the awareness helps.
It does. Then please tell me what cognitive distortion you just exemplified.
Oh.
Was it emotional reasoning, overgeneralization, or personalization?
It's emotional reasoning. I'm drawing a link from my pain to what happened to Princess.
A wise deduction, Samuel. But you will find that it is also an overgeneralization to say that you are a terrible person who messes things up, and personalization to say that your lack of mindfulness is what killed your horse.
Oh.
Remember, cognitive distortions are not a cudgel to beat yourself with.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. If we're spouting cognitive distortions all the time, ain't my clients gonna be mad at my constantly interrupting them?
You continue to impress. Yes, we cannot bully our clients with distortions. Thus, I find it is best to clear our minds and focus on a few during each session. Keeping endless distortions in mind is not easy for a therapist either, after all. I think we have done excellent work tonight, and I'm certain you've built up a thirst. I know this evening was emotionally intense. Ask Crimson for some scotch.
Drinking booze ain't exactly compatible with our biology, Andy.
By scotch, I mean Scottish blood. It's iron-rich and quite delicious. I age it in whiskey barrels.
Oh, awesome.
That sounds pretty nice. I might just do that and call it an early night.
As you wish, Samuel. Rest well, and do not lasso yourself so tightly as you say. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself.
Heck yeah.
I'm just gonna leave before I get more embarrassed.
Very well, Samuel.
Ah!
Rest in peace, my friend.
Andy's got such a beautiful laugh. I love it every time. It's one of those like classic big villain type laughs. Oh, and we're back.
Samuel, greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on.
We're gonna see the characters we met last time again. Okay, cool.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a while for thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drake's
We're not
core
human.
distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
Disqualifying
It's
the positive.
disqualifying the positive, ain't it?
Dr. Drain does indeed exhibit this cognitive distortion, as we all do. But there is a distortion that truly drives his decision-making. I think you can tell me what it is.
Should
That
statements.
fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him, but I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters. But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with, so pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend.
Ah, okay.
You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating. I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions. We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
Oh, okay, so he disqualifies the positive. Can I... Hello? Do I pick them up and move them? Okay, now I click on them. He does a lot of Nosferatu thinking. control fallacy. I think he personalization a lot.
I think
too.
I've got what I need now.
Yeah.
Very good, Samuel.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a lot more, I think.
Confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
Okay.
I think I'm ready. And here comes the man himself.
Let's real quick. Hey, let me look at my journal. Damn you. Why? Why?
Dr. Drain, good to see you again. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
I don't know why it's still... Okay. It is gonna stop, I hope. Because I'm trying to look at cognitive distortion so we can go over what we just learned. Yeah. So. Ugh. I'll read out what he said, but I'm not going to read it in his accent. Personalization. Often we assume things happen because of us. Heck, often they do. That's why we get tempted by personalization, wrongly linking external events to ourselves in cases where realistically there ain't no definite link. Sometimes people actually are out to get us, or we do cause events, but sometimes we're doing some personalization. Okay. Emotional reasoning. Emotional reasoning is when we act like our feelings represent reality. But no matter how unhappy we are, feelings alone don't define the world. I asked Andy, ain't everything emotional reasoning? He said no. Emotional reasoning specifically when we project our feelings onto the world. The world can feel like garbage when I feel like garbage, but that don't make it reality. Okay, and overgeneralization. Overgeneralization is when we take one or two experiences and then assume future experiences will always be the same. Mortals overgeneralize when we think all vampires date high schoolers based on that one vampire book they read. Yeah, I can tell which one they're referencing. We know what we've experienced, but it's a distortion to think our experience represent a pattern or the whole of something. Okay, so that's a good refresher for going into this, actually.
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements. Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool.
Oh. So you learned nothing. Why are you even coming here if you thought what we did last time wasn't worth anything?
As you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together.
Hang on.
You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory. I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now. Sounds to me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand.
What is he gonna do to us?
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative. But whence came this imperative, Samuel?
I don't know.
This is the plasma.
Dr. Drain is assigning...
This is the plasma.
Dr. Drain...
This is the plasma I've spoken of.
Dr. Drain...
This is the I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc.
Okay, whatever.
That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin. Now hold on a sec, Doc. I think we better... The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam.
What the heck?
What in hell?
What just happened?
Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling?
Oh, okay. So this plasma he takes literally turns him into a different character. Interesting.
I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that.
This is a good look for him.
My therapist.
Oh.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, I love a manic laugh.
Absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain. Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyritus, and unlike that sad sack of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire. I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
Damn, okay. Do I have to comment on any of these things? I'm gonna point out your posture.
I gotta say, you're looking more relaxed, Doc. Because I have nothing to hide, unlike Dr. Drain, the little twerp. If not for these restrictive clothes, I'd be rubbing my balls over this delightfully soft couch.
Ew! Don't go rubbing your balls anywhere. That's disgusting.
Oh, now, what'd that couch ever do to you?
Yeah, exactly. What did my couch ever do to you?
Yes, I see it in your eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me. Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat.
Not my hat ain't stupid. How dare you?
I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always hungry.
Oh, damn.
I suggest you stay right where you are.
I pulled out my pistol!
A vampire with a gun? Oh, how our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me? Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you. Oh, how very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live. Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat. Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well.
Yeah. I'm trying to get comfy. There we go.
At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? All right. But I'm watching you, hombre. Look all you like. The show is free. This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you. And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine. I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me. I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion.
Well, how about you try it?
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason. You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his own life.
This Lord Lourdes seems to have a very egocentric view of the world. How would you...
You're not wrong about that.
This Lord Lourdes seems...
You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his own life. You think this is all about you, but you're damn wrong. It's about Dr. Drain. Please. The man could die. Has died. And it hasn't made a damn bit of difference to anyone. Without me, he barely even has an existence. Poor fool. His penis was nearly mummified when I got home.
Ew! Why are we talking about mummified penises?
That's
what
gross,
the fuck?
And also wrong. Dr. Drain existed long before you did. If you call that an existence. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
Okay.
You know, life seems pretty dang easy for you. Everything's so simple, ain't it? Something is and something isn't. Nothing in between. Nosferatu thinking's what I call it. Why, yes, that's exactly it. Our life is easy. It's you enlightened vampires that make it so difficult. All the answers are so simple. We exist to eat, kill, and defile. All else is simply a lie. And why lie when the truth is so delicious? Yeah, we all got needs, but we ain't animals. Not even you. You wouldn't be able to appreciate all them dirty deeds you love so much if you were. A pearl of wisdom from a delectable tart. You speak truly. We are lucky indeed to have the capacity to revel in our depravity. A shame the sad little doctor does not do so. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to.
Lord Luridus condemns Doctor.
You hear him talk about what he should do. Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Huh. Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are.
Ew.
How old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now. Well, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old. The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be. You're awful confident about that, but I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain, he controls you. Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake, he shall be mine. Oh yeah, and how do you know that? I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No, only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises.
Delusional. Shut up.
So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident. Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood.
Lord Luridus seems keen to diminish Dr. Drain, but is his assessment...
Oh, you can't just discount everything about Dr. Drain just because he doesn't drink fresh blood. The guy's managed to live for 430 years. He's got to be doing something right.
Good morning, Craig. How are you doing?
Besides, let's say you get your wish and everyone just becomes vampire food. Where are you going to get blood when everyone's dead? Well, you raise a valid point. Perhaps I'll start a mortal farm. Yes, that's it. They'll walk on all fours and be completely naked at all times.
Wow, this guy's crazy.
I'll milk them each day and raise stud mortals.
Eh?
Oh, this has possibilities.
I didn't like how he phrased that.
Brilliance can come from such unlikely places.
Done a bunch of housework, expecting my parents to visit. Oh, that's awesome! I hope you guys have a wonderful time.
I hadn't mentioned it.
Yeah! That is a very busy start
Why
for
so
only
shy,
10 in the
darling?
morning.
You must have more experience than the dear doctor. I wouldn't be surprised if you were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin.
Can we stop talking about mummified, shriveled up penises, please?
Whatever you're calling yourself. But I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him?
How very bloody dare you! I really enjoyed that.
I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window. What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher. The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest.
Oh, jeez.
You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for? When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be. There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat? Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
No.
Not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out?
Yeah, you're not the first vampire.
Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave. Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I. He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live? Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing.
True.
Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
It is a bit sad that Lord Lourdes has such a limited view of what a vampire can be, isn't it, Samuel?
Do you think I need a purpose?
It is a bit sad.
I'm trying to figure it.
It is a bit sad.
Do you think you're just as
There
bad
we go.
as Dr. Drain with all them should statements? He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking? No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like him or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head. Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you. If you're gonna kill me, you'd better be a quicker draw than I am.
This is the second time we've pulled out our pistol on him.
You want to try your luck, compadre? No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals and virgins. Oh, how delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy.
No.
You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people.
Heck yeah.
At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. and beast that I am, I must kill.
Damn.
You will do no such thing to my mortals. Restrain yourself.
Okay, Andy. Oh, damn. Andy to the rescue.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Daddy.
Daddy! Call him Daddy.
I will keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him. Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
Ooh.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt him.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
I wish my phone weren't going off. Hang on.
Tornation. Barely walked out of that one alive. I thought therapy was just talking.
Okay, there we go. That was a character, wasn't it? I was slightly afraid that we were going to get into a fight with him.
I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lord
It's our
Ranger.
favorite, Crimson.
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
You could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night. So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
I think I mean, I pulled my pistol out a few times and then Andy took over, so...
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now, so I was still able to challenge the beast.
Rawr.
On the way, I figured that he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
Oh, sorry. I feel like that.
My big secret already.
He is a good talker already.
If I didn't believe in you.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humbled.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff.
Aw shucks.
And making success visit.
Reinhardt's back!
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Bad.
Bad?
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
We're going back to the kink room, oh my god.
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely.
Of course you work in IT.
I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your, user table thing. Maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
Damn.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
Oh, heck yeah.
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
Can I please also get my worries sucked away? Oh. Oh my gosh. Whoops, I had my caps lock on. That still worked though.
I'm well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam. I'll see you kids later.
Oh. This game is so funny sometimes.
Greetings.
Oh, hey, Andy.
What is wrong, my friend? You don't seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Is it... I'm trying to remember. The aristocrat lady.
Ah, yes. The Senora d'Este.
Yes,
She
Senora.
certainly has a way with words.
It ain't that. It's just this sense I get. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
Aha. At least that makes her core distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
Oh, that's
Labeling.
labeling. She was calling me all sorts of names.
Hang on, something is really bothering me. I need to fix it. I'll only be 2 seconds. I think the game sound is probably going to cut off because I'm messing with my stuffs. It is in here. Okay. I should have updated now. Cool. Anyway, back to the game.
Do not take her insults personally, my friend. She already warms to you. I can see it.
Well, I'd hate to see her getting cold on me.
Come now, Samuel. What distortion brings Senora d'Este the most stress?
Control fallacies.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct.
Wazoo.
The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend.
Yeah.
You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
You have a good day, Craig.
That still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Senora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can.
I'm gonna give Craig a quick shout out because you guys should check him out.
A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
So, she does a lot of labeling. Should statements, Nosferatu thinking, and disqualifying the positive. I remember that from last session.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
I don't think my shout out clip is working right now. That sucks. Oh well.
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
Get on out of here.
I know you can.
Now I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath. Now, howdy, Senora. Nice to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
Oh, jeez. She's already being mean to us.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Rude! I am not a worm, I am a cowboy.
Now, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts.
You were reflecting, my dear.
The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior.
Okay, go on then.
I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
She's kind of being a Karen right now.
Senora, you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone. But that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call...
Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu thinking. Remember what we talked about? There's always gonna be people who want Space Wars, and there's always gonna be people who want Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
Oh, we were just pronouncing it wrong. I wondered why she was getting like so mad about that.
Senora, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls.
Oh no, she's angry with us. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sad.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
I don't know if this is actually anything. Maybe we shouldn't point it out.
Listen carefully,
Okay,
Sam.
we do have to.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
Maybe it'd help if we looked at that wording you used. A waste of time, effort, and pain. Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
Exactly.
A disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
It sounds so weird for her to say that.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating.
I can see where she's coming from. Like, it sucks to pour your heart into any kind of a project and not have it pay off the way you wanted it to. But can we not talk about like how that's experience?
I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pissed away my legacy.
Oh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
One of the things that hasn't been brought up is like, what she's just like quit making art altogether. Even in like the modern day that this is set in, there is still demand for art. I would say, like, we don't have to get on a debate about it. Like, she could still make art if it's genuinely what she enjoys. She should do it.
No, I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico. I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a Deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the ruin of our house.
That's control
I
fallacy.
hate to break it to you, Senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
Yeah. Your kid is not an extension of you. You can't control them.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn. What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation of art, music, history, and literature. In the same way, I should have been able to save my son.
Oh, it's a should
Why do
statement.
you think you should have been able to save your son?
I was his mother. If I did not save him, who could?
I'm not saying someone else could. I'm saying that responsibility to save your son, that you should save him, doesn't line up with the truth. It ain't some kind of destiny for one person to save another.
Clearly, it was not my destiny to save my son. But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish. I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
What's this War of the Mantuan Succession all about?
Do you know nothing of history at all?
No.
Oh, very well. It all began because my fool of a great-great-grandson, Vincenzo II, did not listen to me. Instead of dutifully procreating with his wife, he decided to impregnate mistresses.
Oh, okay.
When he ate himself into the grave, the line of succession was broken, and the French and Spanish swarmed upon my home like cockroaches. I killed a great many of them myself, but it was not enough. Eventually, the Gonzaga lands were given away to both countries. Of course, this is common knowledge. I would have had your tutors beaten.
Senora, the only tutors I ever had showed up after eating a can of baked beans.
Disgusting.
Oh. I just realized what he said.
So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
The Senora has put a lot of pressure.
Wait a sec, Senora. You're saying that if you couldn't guide your family, becoming a vampire was entirely worthless. Is that true?
Mr. Walls, what is our purpose other than to leave a legacy? Do you suggest we float through existence like spineless jellyfish?
You're a clever, intelligent woman, Senora. The opportunities you got ain't nothing like mine. You're taking it to extremes. I'm saying you're putting all your eggs in one basket, but you got loads of baskets and loads of eggs you're ignoring.
I do not desire those eggs or those baskets.
Do you know that for sure?
No, of course not. I understand what you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
I ain't doing anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have. As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant. But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
It ain't foolish to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Perhaps, but whose better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
Senora, people have been following the ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Oh, well, that's better then.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one. As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses. I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature?
Romantic nature. What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so. Yes, I was a romantic. Until reality came crashing down upon me. Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
Art. Wait, it is really pretty though. We got some nudity though. Ah!
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars.
It's art. We should be fine.
By my idiot husband Frank. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
Oh, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
We flustered.
Appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body over long. This is art, not pornography. But look closer and you will see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl. To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true. But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie.
No!
He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes, I did not shy from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart.
No!
See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love.
No!
See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
Please remove this from the fucking screen.
We've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression?
She was like, look at it. I'm like, okay, I'm looking. Jeez.
The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart. I maintained the illusion that he was my Mars because that is what I needed. I was not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua. Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of virtue? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals who would give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Okay, that's
Hold
rude.
your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking.
The inventor of twerking? What?
They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucifer.
Okay.
Dang, Senora. Your overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as awful.
Yeah, she literally she hated on men just now. She hated on specifically that one woman, and then she was like, oh yeah, all gingers are kissed by the devil. Like, whoa. Okay, lady, let's calm down.
Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones, but recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from.
The first one.
You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test. Frankie weren't never gonna be Mars. You weren't never gonna be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
I'm not trying to attack you, lady. I'm just trying to... Ugh.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
The Senora has a rather dim view of humanity in all its imperfection.
But I say, why should we not...
Humanity ain't worth preserving if we ain't like the gods. Come on, Senora, even the gods weren't perfect. You're ignoring the good about being human and giving the gods a mighty big pass on their flaws too.
Yeah.
I suppose Jupiter was a bit of a fixer-upper. You should hear what he did as a swan.
I think I'd rather not. Senora, humanity is all we got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are.
Yes. As a wise man once said, if all pork chops were perfect, we would not have hot dogs.
Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red that matches your eyes.
It does.
Well, thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease.
So, Senora d'Este either lives her ideals or does not live at all. No wonder she feels so...
I suppose I have always...
So,
I suppose...
I'm getting it wrong every single
I
time.
suppose...
So,
Senora, I don't think there's any universe where you're discarded. A woman of your strength and intelligence ain't ever gonna be forgotten.
Yeah.
Maybe things didn't turn out the way you hoped, but you made do with what you had pretty damn well. No matter what, you're holding a pretty nice set of cards. Just because you don't have a straight flush doesn't mean your life was worth nothing.
Please, Mr. Walls, do not say toilet words in front of a lady. But I understand your meaning. You are correct, I think. It is hard to imagine my falling so far. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected.
Exactly.
But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it.
I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like women still aren't respected.
But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
Yes, but that's putting so much pressure on you specifically.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family? What if no one person was?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I think I would feel relieved.
Yeah, and that's what we like to call it is what it is.
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
Oh, we made her cry. Oh no.
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Yeah, she's healing. We're healing her. You are healed. I have healed you.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Woo!
Samuel, it appears you have an admirer.
Yeah!
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them. Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
What?
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Oh, you're just messing with me now.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
Yeah, whatever.
Heck yeah, I do.
Have a good night, Andy.
Good night to you, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
I don't think we're gonna get wild tonight, but we did well.
And I thought I had family problems. I'll need me a Crimson special after that one. Howdy, Crimson. Think you can fashion me up one of them blood cocktails?
I reckon so. Got a lot on your mind tonight, cowboy.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real tough family issues to go through, and it got me thinking about my own. Or my lack of family, at least.
You got any family left?
I've got a great granddaughter kicking around apparently, but she's got no connection to this old cowpoke. Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
I see your point. It sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
How do you think she's handling her therapy so far?
She's warmed up to
I
it.
think she's doing pretty well, honestly. She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway. You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not too fond of my lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive. And I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old corpse, but death comes when it comes.
Sometimes he's still waiting for me to give him an opening.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
There is, but I'm not talking about it tonight. A little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
Heck yeah.
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Bullshit. I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
But what is it?
Black Widow. Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Why should I be upset? What has happened has happened.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Crimson likes
I'm
us.
going. See you later, Crimson. There we are. Gotta get me one of these fancy coffins for back home. Now, let's see. What am I in the mood for? I think I'm either gonna find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm gonna watch Shemp get smacked in the head with a hot iron. Or I'm going to bed.
Go to sleep.
Well, that's enough fun for one day. Good night, son. See you in hell.
Alright, what's next? I'm ready.
I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Oh, the actor. Okay, if we must.
Yeah, I guess so. I still ain't sure I'm the right therapist for that fella.
There may not be a right therapist for him, but let us think positively. He has put himself in your care, and that is a tremendous step.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking it's gonna be an uphill battle, though.
At least his core distortion is clear, don't you think? You know what it is, I am sure.
Being full of himself?
It's personalization, right?
Of course, a distortion common to many with narcissistic tendencies.
Yep, it's the Edmund Keane show, all day, every day.
I recognize your disdain, but pause a moment. It must be difficult for Edmund to make everything all about him all the time, don't you think?
He doesn't have to make everything about him, though.
He doesn't know that. Keep digging, Samuel. You will find his truth. Choose your distortions well.
Okay. Emotional reasoning, control fallacy, definitely. Nosferatu thinking. And he did a fair amount of labeling last time, so...
I think I'm all holstered up now.
Very good, Samuel. I wish you patience and compassion.
See you later, Andy. All right, now what did Andy teach me? Breathe. I think I'm ready. Right on time. I think I hear him coming. Hey, Edmund, good to see you. How you been feeling these past few weeks?
Empty, my dear boy. Empty. I am but a vessel made for a single purpose. But alas, and alack, that purpose is in supply most rare.
You mean acting, right?
Aye, that's the rub. Acting, my dear boy. Acting. My thespian blood goes rancid with stagnation, and the only cure seems to me irreprehensible now. I do not wish to face these mortal directors, for they dare to tell me my art.
Ain't that what directors are supposed to do?
Oh, my dear boy. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
Nobody's saying you ain't great, Eddie. You're talking in extremes. If every actor's awful or perfect, what the heck's a director supposed to do?
A most unenviable position, to be sure. I have directed, and did find it most odious. Indeed, a great actor can make the less talented seem even smaller.
But you get it. All the director's doing is making sure everyone's doing what they're best at, right? That ain't saying you ain't great.
I suppose, but it is most frustrating when I know best.
Well, maybe you can help me understand a little better. You said that greatness was thrust upon you, right? How did that happen?
Ah, you are curious to hear what circumstances created this actor non-pare. I cannot blame you. Well, recounting such a history will please me indeed.
Oh god, here we go.
I first rattled the foundations of the stage as a mere babe. Indeed, too young for memory, and yet old enough to command attention. Clad only in swaddling cloth at the age of 4, I was Cupid himself. But my arrows seemingly went astray, for the entirety of the audience fell in love with me. It is the stuff of legend. For tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own greatness. But it does prove that I was indeed born great.
But you said greatness was thrust upon you.
It was a matter of necessity. You may not guess it from my gentle speech, but I am no lordling. Selfishly, and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil when I was but a babe in arms, ere I ever graced the stage. It left my mother and myself in dire straits.
Emotional reasoning. Nope, it's not.
Distortion to
Hold on a sec. You said
Personalization.
your old man died selfishly. Well, what do you mean?
Well, what kind of a father drinks himself to death when he has a beautiful baby son at home? I at least waited until my son was older before I did the same.
Eddie, come on. Listen to yourself. I'm sure you didn't die to spite your son, just as your pa didn't die to spite you. I ain't gonna deny his choices hurt you, but they weren't all about you.
Forgive me then. 'Tis ever the fate of an actor to feel every emotion more keenly. The situation my mother and I were left in was most precarious. We were the lowest of the low, you see. We lived in the rookeries and begged for our bread. But he that hath wit must make content with his fortune's fit. And oh, did we beg. She was my Queen Gertrude, and I, her filthy little Hamlet. Did I mention I played Hamlet at age 14?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Well, anyway, my mother was a competent actress, but it was my wit alone that saved us from destitution. Forsooth, I was so prodigious that, at the age of 7, I garnered the attention of one Reginald Flopbot of the Worthington Flopbots.
That's a funny name.
'Twas he who paid to get me off the streets and into the dormitories. He said, "Edmund, my cherub, the streets are not for you. One day you will be the greatest of actors."
Hey, how about that? You went and proved him right.
Piffle. Master Flopbot never gave a fig about my potential. I was a prop to him, a symbol of his generosity and high breeding. Every month he would stage an elaborate party with all the well-to-do society of London. The dandy fop would stand upon a dais and announce himself as the savior of the city's poor. That was my cue. I would be lowered down from the rooftop, wearing naught but swaddling clothes and a set of opulent wings.
Oh.
The gentry's delight was my dungeon, but I would flit among them, reprising my breakout role as Cupid by shooting little arrows of love at them. At the age of 7, it was most disquieting. At 11, on the cusp of manhood, the shame was too much to bear.
Dang, Eddie, that sounds awful. That Flopbot fella had no right to do that to you.
No, indeed. I remember my last performance quite vividly. The titters and leering glances from the guests linger ever in the back of my mind. And fool that I was, I played my part still. I should have plunged mine arrows into that fool Flopbot's chest instead of shaming myself.
Edmund was just a child. How was he to know what to do? What?
And fool that I was,
Edmund was just a...
And fool that...
Edmund was just a...
And fool that I...
Edmund was just a child.
And
you were a fool for playing your part?
There we go. It took me a moment to get that one.
It is simple logic. Only a fool plays the fool repeatedly. Many a bottom have I known that never played the Dane, preferring the comfort of a familiar role.
Well, Eddie, it's a little reductive to say that everyone who plays the fool is a bottom. There ain't nothing wrong with letting your partner take the lead.
Oh, ye plebeian! I speak of Nick Bottom, from the Bard's Journey Through Whimsy that is a Midsummer Night's Dream.
I was thinking it too, to be fair.
Yeah. Even so, though, if you call yourself a fool, you're doing the same kind of typecasting, ain't you?
I suppose so. Regardless, I did not suffer the indignity for long. I swore that night to never be a puppet again. I stole away and gave myself to the mercy of Poseidon. The bargain was struck, and he swallowed up my hated swaddling clothes and wings. In desperation, I signed on with a mercantile shipping agency. I thought perhaps that my body would bend more than my soul. But oh, did I toil! Life upon the sea is most cruel.
Ha!
Biting winds did carve my visage. Low words hardened my heart, and heavy weights left me bent.
I thought he might have been on the sea at some point.
By the time I had fulfilled my bargain with the Lord of the Sea, I had become an older man, my efforts etched into every crease on my face.
Dang, sounds intense. How long were you at this job?
An age, a life. 6 months, each one a hungry leech torn from my bleeding
6
body.
months? That's not that long.
I am convinced this gauntlet was prepared for me alone. For ne'er in history has one so blessed by grace been subjected to such toil.
No,
I do
that's
not
not.
have to be 3,000 years old to know that many have suffered more than Edmund.
I am good. Eddie, I gotta stop you there. It's gonna be a lot easier to accept your truth when you realize you ain't alone in your suffering.
Yeah.
Hell, there ain't nothing more human than suffering. And historically, kids ain't had it so good.
But none suffered as I suffered. A boy such as I was not meant for such misery.
Compadre, I had my first kill and no home at 12 years old. My brother had a stutter his whole life on account of the regular beatings my stepdaddy gave him. Maybe your suffering felt like the only suffering in the world, but it wasn't. And it'll hurt less when you realize you weren't alone. But keep telling me your story. I already know there ain't nobody like you in the world, so don't worry on that account.
Now then, at last, we close the circle as nature ever demands. I return to London and into the graces of my dear Uncle Moses and his comely mistress, Charlotte. 'Twas she who filled my dramaturgical quiver with dire arrows, fletched by the bard himself. And when my deft fingers plucked the bow of humanity, at last I was free.
Huh?
I cannot speak more plainly. The good woman taught me the works of Shakespeare, and armed with this knowledge, I conquered the stage and saved myself from toil.
Oh, well, right.
And so, you see, the die was cast from the moment I was born. The stage was made for me, and it was my skill upon it that saved me from the streets, and saved me once again from a life at sea.
You're talking like fate itself is playing with you, Eddie. Like you were helpless to do anything but act. You're a clever fella, ain't you? Maybe acting was the trick you knew you had up your sleeve, but betting everything on the stage puts
Hi,
the pressure on
Pudding.
like
How
nothing
you
else.
doing? Nice to see you.
I had not considered this. Perhaps 'twas not the fates. I do not give myself enough credit. 'Twas my will that brought me to greatness. The stage roused my spirit, thus I knew my destiny lay upon it.
You got it, amigo. You wanted the stage to be your ticket out of the bad days. Maybe that's why you were so successful. Your intrinsic motivation made you keep pushing to be better.
'Tis so. 'Tis so. The threat of the rookeries loomed ever upon my overladen spirit.
Slept in today. Oh, that's awesome. I'm doing good. I'm having a good day so far. I'm really enjoying this actually. Surprisingly, like, actually philosophical. Like, it's actually like making the cogs turn in my head, and the characters are actually really enjoyable. I've been really enjoying the interactions. They make me laugh quite a bit.
Acting presented itself as a way to keep myself out of them. It is natural that I should weigh its importance so heavily.
I can see why acting means so much to you, Eddie. I probably feel damn near the same about the things that got me out of my bad days.
Thank you. Then you understand how my alienation from the theater does pain me so. And yet, the cure is as deadly as the illness. These damnable critics! Not a single lifetime among them, and they deign to challenge my interpretation of the written word. They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bare my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet profiles.
For someone that lives for adulation, Edmund has a dim view of his fans.
You're so certain that damn critics are all the same, but I think that ain't being honest with yourself.
Exactly. They consulted a real therapist with it too. The little mini games are well built too. Yeah. I can tell they definitely did, because like some of this is like either stuff I've like read up on, seen in therapy videos, or my own therapist has told to me. So
Not all critics are bad. It takes work to be good at something, so of course the decent critics are gonna be rarer.
What you say rings true, indeed. Although past critics were flabbergasted at my portrayal of King Lear, not all were. And modern perspectives have affirmed that my interpretation was nothing short of brilliant.
Yeah, you get it. I took a look at your Wikipedia entry last night, Eddie. Well, maybe you've had a few bad critics here and there, but history says you're a legend, and your work speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Hell, you were around before film was ever a thing, and people still remember you.
Yes, I'm really loving Andy. I think I already picked like a favorite, which was Maeve. I'm hoping, well, I know we're gonna get to see her again. I'm really looking forward to seeing her again.
Ah, your words warm me. As an heir-sat son for the one we have forsaken.
I believe Craig has the soft spot for Maeve as well.
Grace the stage once more.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the biggest thing stopping you from getting back up on that stage right now?
That it all simply might not be worth it. Why should I bear my damned soul when the audience hath not the sight to see it?
I am gonna take a real quick bathroom break. I will see you guys in a little bit.
You certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing, for my own peace of mind.
She's trying to protect
also show those guys
you.
what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Chiori's like, get home safe, my Discord kitten.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then...
Horses, I think. Horses? Egg. Oh! Wait, guys, how often does that happen? What? What? I'm actually so confused. I threw an egg and it spawned 3 baby chickens. No, 4 baby chickens.
We actually had that. We were in a John Lewis in Westfield in London, and we went into the ladies' bathroom, and like some women had just like shat all over the floor.
Oh no!
There was a trail.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But I felt bad because like I think she may have been in the stall next to me, and I was like, I have nothing to help her right now, so I went out. Found an employee and was like, hey, I think someone's had an accident. And I just felt so bad. I was like, they're having a shitty day, you could say.
Yeah.
That's not fun for anyone. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, I hope they're okay. I hope they have since cleaned up their act. Okay, I'll stop now. I'll stop now.
Fuck! Dude, I don't even want to think about that.
Take a
Oh
breath,
my
Max.
god!
Go through all this data and you can find out where Nathan took Kate after the
I
party.
don't want to do the investigation! And also hilarious how my tracking follows me all the way down. I didn't know it does that. Oh, that's clippable. I'm gonna clip that. Spreadsheet simulator. Oh, don't get me started. Not what they ordered. We have to go again. Wait, let me get the... Oh, can you hear me, or is this just... Am I just doing this on my own?
No, I can hear you.
You're just ignoring me!
No, well, maybe. You're being kind of annoying.
You're being annoying. You're not listening to a word I'm saying. Raspberry and coffee. Okay, dude. Here you go.
Oh, what's happening?
There we go. And then, here you go. Take it. Can't wait to eat this. Okay. I thought he was going to say, I can't eat this. And I was like, bro.
Raspberry and coffee.
Okay, cones. I will unload. Stigmas around mental health that you believe need to be challenged or changed. Not stigmas.
That if you have depression, that you're weak. If you have
Oh yeah, I
anxiety,
hate
that
that
you're
one.
weak. If you have PTSD, that you're weak. If you struggle with anything mentally, that you're weak. Believe me, somebody who is
Somebody
able to
clip
deal
this
with the
out of
fucking
context.
Problems, yeah. If you are able to deal with the fucking problems you've got and carry on day to day, you are stronger than.
Oh.
we were in a reactor. We were in a reactor, and I was doing my task counting the numbers from 1 to 10. Right next to me, there's a dead body, and there's Mia and Hannah, stacked on top of each other.
Oh.
However,
They
right as
laughed
I
a
was,
lot.
right as I was exiting my task, I'm seeing somebody pink going from right to left, right over yellow.
Oh, yeah. I think I was about to get murdered.
Now, it should be illegal to put blank in a buffet.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be gross.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
What kind of buffets are you guys going to? Can I come? Where? Oh no.
Oh, wrong scene. There we go, correct scene. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting patiently. We're gonna get straight back into Vampire Therapist.
Maybe I can ask you a question then. What if there were no audience?
No audience? Do you know what a stage is, sir? It is a platform where life in brief may be portrayed. It is a platform because it is separate from the audience.
I did not drown. Oh, and by the way, Pudding, we should definitely organize a hangout sometime soon.
Without such, the stage ceases to be a stage.
As in, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Simply but elegantly put, my dear boy.
Hey, he actually
The
complimented
stage
us.
loses all meaning, like a monarch without a kingdom.
Just a minute there, partner. You're saying that the stage is nothing without the audience. But I gotta ask you, where does the acting come from?
Ah, but from simple tongues, the purest of queries, narrow in breadth, but as deep as the sea. The source of acting is everything, my boy. The beating of every heart, the cry of every child, the fluttering of a butterfly's wings. The roots of acting are intertwined with those of life itself.
So does acting come from the audience, or from everything?
My dear boy, you prove yet again, as the bard oft did, that 'tis the fool who sees the truth as it is. I bow to your simple wisdom.
Oh, damn, okay. I'm free all day if you want to hang out after stream. Free 24/7 till this Friday afternoon due to family party. Gonna be drunk. Fairy godmother from Shrek. Bro, please help me with the makeup on the day. I can definitely give you some suggestions and pointers for that one. It's such an iconic look. I can see why it would be a bit daunting. I reckon I'll probably be able to hang out this evening as Ahika will be streaming, and I can probably quietly just have like a call or hang out in VR, whenever you're available for. Yeah. Okay. Back to the game.
Thanks, I guess. Let's figure out how we can bring it back to acting. Forget the audience. I know we can't see in mirrors and all, but what do you think of filming yourself?
Brilliant notion. Yes. I shall become my own audience. I shall bring myself to rapture. Forsooth, if I cannot pleasure myself, whom can I pleasure?
Hey yo, why are we always talking about such, like, innuendos? And I was just about to say that, like, this is still set in modern day, right? This guy would absolutely go so hard in, like, any kind of fantastical type productions. Like, he could maybe even, like, start up his own YouTube channel with skits, I reckon. I think he would really excel at that. I mean, I'd certainly watch him.
We're still talking about acting, right?
Thanks, but you're gonna be funny if I do my usual message people when drunk. We could do some art. You gave you the game for a reason. You're really questioning innuendos. Hey yo. You're so right. I think the first session of me playing this, I was like, oh, this is what I'm in for. I see.
Oh, my dear boy. The pleasures of the flesh are secondary to one who knows character above all else. Indeed, we speak of the noble art. I shall do as you suggest. If there is one on this lonely orb that can inspire an artist such as I, it is myself.
Yes, what you can't do, teach.
I ain't sure I'd put it exactly that way, but I think you're touching on the thing we've been talking about. The motivation's got to come from you, amigo.
We are of one mind, dear boy. Perhaps I left my muse in the mortal realm, but I shall find him once more. Not only for myself, but also for my public.
Heck yeah.
Yea, the masses flock to my Wikipedia page as moths to a flame, each a silent plea for the return of the one true artisan of the stage.
Now hold your horses there, fella. You're reading a little too much into the whole Wikipedia thing. There's 1.5 million reasons why people might be looking you up. I mean, I hear tell the biggest Wikipedia page out there is the one for that coronavirus that got all them mortals all worked up. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that coming back.
Okay. I didn't expect that to even be mentioned in this game.
And thus dost thou scuttle a burgeoning friendship with the cannons of enmity. Why must you challenge me so?
Because you're... I can't even.
That's my job, compadre. Ain't we had some good breakthroughs today? We couldn't have gotten there if I'd been busy agreeing with everything you said.
Yes, very current.
Very well. But I still say you are most vexatious.
I love that word. To be vexatious. It's fun. It's a fun word. Oh, it's most vexing. I love it. It's a fancy way of saying you pissed me the fuck off.
I've been called worse. I think we got some homework for you though, right? You're gonna film yourself and do some acting for its own sake. We'll check back in a few weeks. But Eddie, I think you're doing great. We made a lot of progress today.
Naturally. The human condition is my oeuvre. Nevertheless, you have been a competent guide. You have reminded me of what is most important in our life. Me.
No! Oh, he's still full of himself.
I should like to give you a gift.
Oh, a gift?
Oh, come on. You don't need to do nothing like that.
Nonsense. It is meaningless to me, but it is beyond price for you. It is my headshot, signed with my autograph.
Oh, thanks, Eddie.
Cherish it always. If you help me to find my muse, then it is a gift even more precious. And I will find it ere we next meet. Of that, I promise you.
It's gonna go in my journal, isn't it?
Put the pressure on, amigo. Just enjoy some acting. That's all I'm asking for. I'll see you in a few weeks then, okay?
Verily, so it shall be. Godspeed then, boy. Thou shalt witness me new and on. Farewell.
Job well done, Samuel. I was particularly impressed at the way you challenged Edmund on what acting means to him.
Yeah, he's a weird fella, but I think he's gonna do okay.
It can be hard for our kind to retain our intrinsic motivation. Something must keep him going. I do hope that he will find his. But you, Samuel, must rest. The work you have done in these past 2 months deserves to be celebrated, so do not linger here in this dusty room. Perhaps you can even be encouraged to dance.
Dance, cowboy dance!
I need a lot more therapy myself to get to that point.
Damn.
Very well, Samuel. Then let us at least make sure you get well nourished. Find a friendly neck downstairs, my friend. You deserve it. And rest in peace.
Hey yo, we're gonna get wild? We gonna get wild tonight? I hope so. I'm looking for that journal entry.
At least they don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys, but maybe don't let them be actors either.
Okay, hang on. Give Sam's voice to Andrew and you make my gummy an AO puppet. Here we go. Okay, there's nothing more. I really thought the picture would be in there. Unless it's been put with, No, it hasn't. Okay. Oh, so next up will be Maeve again. Awesome. Back to this.
Time to dish with Crimson a little. I gotta talk to some more folks though.
We're gonna see
David's
Crimson
been a
again.
little
I
teacher,
love
so I'm
Crimson.
starting to feel like Crimson's my only friend. Hey, only friend.
Excuse me?
What? Oh, yeah, Crimson. Hey, Crimson.
Are you blushing, vampire?
No, that ain't possible.
It's all right. It's nice to hear from a vampire who's younger than Jesus.
Jesus is canonical in this universe? Okay.
Now, let's hear how this week went before you go out there and find friend number 2.
All right, real quick. This client of mine, he had a real bad time as a kid. Well, worse than I did, it sounds like. But he found fame early, and now he's talking about fate and how he's destined for greatness again.
Met plenty of destined for greatness folk in DC. I lost patience for it. How do you think you handled him?
Fine.
I learned my lessons from the last session. He didn't threaten to jump off a cliff this time or anything. I gave him an assignment to film himself doing something he loves doing. He seemed excited about that.
You're either brave or adorable, Sam Walls.
Stop it!
There's nothing brave about it. As for adorable, well, some have used words to that effect before.
I mean, it could be.
Okay, now I know you're confident enough to get out there. Giddy up.
Here we go. Right to the edge of the dance floor, but not on it. Don't want anyone getting any funny ideas.
Once more alone, I see.
It's her! It's the eye bitch!
You scared the shit out of me.
You can't shed. You're a vampire. Know that I see much, vampire, and that I like what I see.
Oh, it's her again. Well, I was hoping to find a mortal friend, or at least a willing Nick. Now, what do mortals of this time talk about?
Oh, we're gonna be awkward about everything. Let's do music.
They ever play the classics in here? A little Oh Susanna or Old Folks at Home?
No, they don't. All your favorite songs have been long forgotten now.
Well, what songs do you like?
If I told you, would you know them?
No.
Probably not.
I see.
You see a lot, don't you?
Why don't you tell me what you see?
I see an interesting mortal. Someone observant. Someone who isn't afraid to have their own style.
That is what you observe. It is not what you see.
Oh, fine, you tell me what I see.
You see the long vein across my throat. It looks very juicy, doesn't it?
Well, now that you mention it, it does.
Then consent is given. Do not hesitate, vampire.
Heck yeah, we're getting some neck tonight, boys!
Don't you see that you're biting my artery, vampire?
Oh, shucks, I gotta be more careful.
Whoops.
Don't you see?
Ah!
Oh, shucks, I gotta be more careful.
Okay, I always struggle with this bit.
Shucks, that was something else. You got good circulation there.
I see. And what do I taste like?
Kinda earthy. You could use some iron. What do you eat?
I eat a lot of carrots. They're supposed to be good for one's eyesight.
Oh.
And I like to see.
I am. It's a good thing I'm not a vampire. I'd probably be too squeamish to do this.
I see now that you are tired and wish to enter your state of torpor.
Well, maybe I'll see myself out then.
Oh, very funny.
That's offensive.
Oh, never mind. She didn't like that.
Now.
Oh.
Shoot, was it something I said? Well, at least I got a full belly. And now, time for some shut-eye.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing the Ancient One tonight, aren't you?
Yes, it's Maeve. It's Maeve. It's Maeve. Maeve. It's Maeve. It's Maeve. It's Maeve. Ah! I'm so excited.
Ancient One? She's 1,200 years younger than you, Andy.
I suppose I was engaging in a bit of labeling myself. You are, of course, correct. Still, her age presents a unique challenge. After one lives for 1,000 years, history seems less a line than a fixed point.
Indeed, I am simping hard for Maeve.
Speaking of which, I imagine you can guess what distortion an old one such as Medi might fixate upon.
She was very black and white
It's
thinking.
Nosferatu thinking. Medi's seen so much history that mortals can only be one way or another for her.
Exactly.
You are not incorrect. She does indeed paint the world with a very old, broad brush, but her true distortion is more specific.
Overgeneralization?
It's gotta be overgeneralization. She really is basing all her opinions on her experiences when she was alive.
Very good, Samuel.
Woo!
I heard tales of her island in my time, but they were never peaceful tales. I am not surprised she finds safety in her narrative. What other distortions do you think Medi might exhibit?
They were all the correct answer. Right. This one. This one. This one. This one. No? Yeah, that one. Because I remember her, like, being really mean to herself last time.
Good to go, boss.
Then I will leave you to it. Good luck, my friend.
Let's go. Maeve!
Hello again, strange cowboy man.
Is she gonna call us a mouse again? Is she gonna call us small? Is she gonna demand we eat cheese? Let's go!
It's good to see you again, Medi. How's the past month been for you?
I went for a walk, just like you suggested. Didn't like it very much.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What was so unpleasant about it?
It's very loud outside, and dirty, and smelly. Everywhere I walked, it smelled like mortal food, which is disgusting. Then how good it felt to drink blood. Maybe they would not eat so much of this pizza food.
She should try maybe walking in nature and not in the city.
There's so many cars too. I don't like cars. They have hateful faces. They look so angry all the time. Stepped in a wee, killed 7 men, and got splashed by a bus. It's really quite awful.
That sounds like a good night out.
You killed 7 men? How the heck did that happen?
Oh, that was inconvenient, you know. Normally I have my zealots do that kind of thing for me. They take care of the bodies. But I had to do all that silly work myself. And now there are always police sirens going off, which interrupts my streams and makes my followers very sad.
Why did that all happen?
Because they found the bodies everywhere, silly. I don't know what to do with my rubbish.
That's hilarious.
I meant, why the killing? You didn't happen to make a few assumptions based on past experiences? Why kill a bunch of men?
Oh, well, they looked at me. I know what mortals who look at me are like. If I let them live, they'd probably try to burn me as a witch. I could do nothing but kill them.
Ah, we're overgeneralization here.
Hold on a sec. You know what mortals who look at you are like. How do you know? Are you reading their minds?
I don't have to read their minds, sweetling. I have known manlings for a very long time.
I get what you're saying, but here in this room at least, we gotta be honest with ourselves. Do you really know what they were thinking?
Silly mouseling. I do not need to know what a wolf is thinking to know what a wolf is.
Stop calling me a mouse.
Does that mean every wolf you see is gonna try to eat you?
We don't have wolves anymore. They're all gone now.
Yeah, that would probably make me sad.
So maybe you can see where that kind of thinking can be a problem. It was scared people who killed all them wolves, right? Now I know that thinking doesn't come from nowhere. Old as you are, I'm sure you've seen some real awful stuff.
That's right. I haven't killed you, though. You are kind, little mouse.
Well, let's lay off the mouse stuff a little.
Yes, please. I am not a mouse. I am a big cowboy with my big cowboy boots and my nice cowboy hat. Harumph.
I'm sorry. I don't wish for you to scurry away into a little hole. Do you want to hear why I feel the way I do?
And there might be a little hole I want to scurry into. Ayo! Ayo!
I would appreciate it greatly, miss.
Let me tell you about men from my time, then. Let's start with me da. My father sold me and my mother to a chief of a rival clan for a golden necklace.
That is just horrifying.
Oh, don't fuss, sweetling. It was the most beautiful golden necklace. At least 2 girls' worth. My father got quite a deal, really.
You're using humor, but I'm sure that must have been heartbreaking for you.
It was common at the time. I suppose I should have been glad to be the possession of an old chief. I knew girls who did as they were told. They would have been thrilled to have been the concubine of a powerful chief. But, oh, he was so old. Cormac O'Neill, the oldest man I had ever seen. I remember thinking, where is his face? Because I could not see it under all his disgusting wrinkles.
How old was the guy?
38.
That was pretty old in your time, huh? I wish I'd died at 38. Could have been a better looking corpse.
Well, he left an awful looking corpse. His face was all...
I'm guessing you had something to do with that, huh?
Not me. My boyfriend, Abertach. He told me he'd set me free. I suppose he did. He created a delightful poison for me. He said it would make my dear master die in excruciating pain. So, one night I lay with him, and that means I did sex. And when he was pleased, I fed him the poison mead. Abby did what I couldn't, and the old fool finally died.
I actually don't know which one this is. Nope.
It sounds as though Medi did her fair share in freeing herself from captivity. It must have been terrifying for her.
So, one night I lay with him.
Okay.
You're saying your boyfriend killed your husband, but it sounds to me like you did the real work. He mixed up some herbs, sure, but you were the one that had to sleep with the old man and get the poison in him.
True.
Abby made sure I knew it was because of him that I was free. He said it could never have happened without him.
Ah! So he's an asshole.
He didn't have to be brave to mix up a potion. I think the bravery was all you, Medi. Don't disqualify the idea that the person who set you free was you.
You know, I think you're absolutely right, strange cowboy man. I did do all the work. But Abby never let me forget that he was the one who freed me. He wanted me to worship him.
A fella who demands to be worshipped is always going to be a dangerous man.
Dangerous men have always been drawn to me. Must be something about the way I am.
Medi is assuming that she has a unique problem, but unfortunately, it is not so.
Okay, so that's personalization.
Now don't go blaming yourself for bad men being bad. I'm sure you'd rather be left alone.
Well, that's what I thought, but it seems I am a temptress. That's what the churchmen say.
Look, you deserve to be yourself. If people are giving you the wrong kind of attention, that ain't your fault. It's theirs. Heck, I think they should be in the chair you're sitting in right now.
Probably try to sniff it. Repellent little blood bags. No kink shaming, of course.
So what happened after you killed Cormac?
The Neil clan came after me and Abby. They found him, took their swords and went, stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab, stab, stab.
That was adorable.
But Abby just laughed. That's how I found out he was undead already. Gave me the willies. When they couldn't kill Abby, they decided to kill me instead. And that made him very upset indeed, because I belonged to him.
That must have been terrifying.
I suppose. Mostly hurt. Lots and lots. Getting stabbed is much fun when you're
She is cute. She's cute, but like domineering at the same time. I don't know how she does it.
I ain't too fond of it as a vampire neither.
Abby fed me his blood though, and then I became like him. When I woke up, the Nail Clan who tried to kill us were all properly dead. Well, almost dead. They still had a lot of blood left, and I was hungry. The Nail Clan was ever so cross, though. They captured Abby and sealed him in a tomb with some forgotten spells. He's still there as far as I know.
Ooh.
What happened to you?
I didn't have a future with my tribe. I insulted both my clan and Cormac's clan by killing their chief. My only choice was to be alone. That's the wisest choice.
That kind of all-or-nothing thinking could get us in trouble. If we think all is lost, we're liable to do things we wouldn't normally do. I know I did some stuff I regretted in them moments, and I sure wish I'd taken a breath and stepped back in all them times.
You sound so sad when you say that, funny cowboy man.
I'm all right. I'm just saying, you're a capable lady. You've always got more options than you think in a bad moment.
Oh, but you're just a child. I don't want you to be sad.
Well, let's focus on you, huh? You say you've been living alone ever since then?
Of course, my silly cowboy man. We aren't mortal anymore. We will always end up alone. Why waste my time?
No, I knew that was wrong.
Medi deals in
Of course, my silly...
Again.
Come on, Medi. You're distorting a lot of reality there. All vampires ain't lonely. Some of us choose to be, but not all of us. Sure, mortals have a habit of dying, but there will always be more of them. Not to mention all the vampires out there. Heck, I used to be in a vampire gang. Cult. Well, kind of both. They weren't good company, but they certainly weren't lonely. I mean, ain't we talking? Well, there's loads of vampires out there who think like you do, and they're fulfilling their own prophecies of loneliness.
Exactly.
You're being a mean little mouse now, and I don't like it very much. Maybe I should have killed you after all.
Try it, Missy.
I'm trying to help you, Medi. The world's changed a lot in the last 1800 years. A lot of it bad, but a lot of it good too. By and large, most people ain't burning witches and selling their daughters. That sort of thing's frowned upon by mortals these days. There are laws out there to protect folks now. It ain't like in old times.
May I tell you a story, little mouse?
All right, tell me a story.
Once upon a time, there was a very pretty young lady. Pretty, but also crazy. Like me, the pretty young lady Mary had moved in with her cousin, Mrs. Haltridge. At first, they got along quite well. But one day, Mary started acting naughty. She would shout, act unladylike, and even say that Jesus Christ wasn't very special. Mrs. Haltridge liked Jesus Christ very much and wanted Mary to like him too. When she didn't, this embarrassed Mrs. Haltridge. She began to think something was wrong with Mary. After all, who didn't like Jesus Christ? Mrs. Haltridge said that Mary had begun to vomit up pins and buttons, nails, glass, and bits of wool.
Ew, first of all.
Instead of being grateful for the free gifts Mary was vomiting up, Mrs. Haltridge said that she had been attacked by 8 witches in spectral form. Now, it just so happened that all 8 of those witches lived very close to the town where Mrs. Haltridge lived. Despite their magical prowess, the 8 witches were captured and put into the stocks, and all the people of the town were told that the women did not like Jesus Christ at all. So the Jesus Christ-liking people threw rotten vegetables and poo at the witches. And, just for fun, they gouged out the eye of one of them. Then they kicked the witches out of town and lived happily ever after. The end.
Ooh, pick for you. B, whatever it is.
Well, that ain't a pleasant story.
Oh, it was very unpleasant. It hurts very much to have your eye taken away, but I like my new eye. It's fun.
Okay, plot twist.
I was 1500 summers old or so when that happened. The world hadn't changed much then. I don't think it's changed much now.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Medi. You're right. folk can be pretty awful when they get riled up. That ain't changed.
Oh, don't be sorry, little mouse. I like my new eye. Also, the story has a happy ending.
Oh yeah? What's that?
After I had my eye taken away, I took Mrs. Haltridge's parts away too, one by one until she died. It was so much fun.
I like Maeve, but I'm also kind of scared of her.
That's a little morbid, Mitty.
Morbid Mary? Oh, I like that. That's very clever, little mouse. But you see why I'm careful now?
Yeah, I get it. But look, there's one thing that's different now, and that's...
None of those other two options suck, but we're doing therapy right now.
It's what we're doing right now.
Indeed.
And all that time up till now, therapy ain't
She's
never
unhinged.
existed. We only just started.
We love a
looking at
crazy
ourselves
bitch
and the way
around
we
here.
think. Before recent times, we only looked at gods, government, and society. The self is a new frontier. We're learning stuff we never considered before. The frontier can be kind of scary, but being on that frontier means moving forward. Come with me.
Silly mouse. If something feels scary, that means that there must be something to be scared of.
I know you've been through a lot and you got damn good reasons for being careful. But there's a reason you came to me, right?
Yes, but it wasn't because I wanted to go outside. It's because of my fans. They're very demanding.
Right. That's why we were talking about your going for walks and went down this rabbit hole.
Or, in your case, a mouse hole.
Anyway, therapy usually ain't about just one thing. It's about lots of things. If the problem is your fans, we gotta imagine unlife without them, right?
Don't want to lose them all. Some of them are gentle. They're too weak to hurt anyone, which is why they don't.
Beneath her smile, Mitty has a darker view of humanity than most. Is the only reason the weak do not hurt the strong that they cannot.
Oh, control fallacy. No? Okay. Maybe that's Nosferatu
Do
thinking.
you really think weak people would hurt
Which
others
is-
if they were stronger?
We've been picking that one a lot lately.
Little mouse, I've been alive for a long time. I believe what my eye shows me. Yes, if one is capable of hurting another, they do.
They can, but they don't always. You ever seen them capybara animals?
Capybaras.
They're dang massive rodents and could do some damage if they wanted to, I reckon.
Oh, yes! Oh, they're very cute. People like to share animated pictures of them in my community.
Some folk are like that. They just want to sit around and have someone scratch their bellies.
Yeah!
Is that what you want, little mouse? Do you want me to scratch your belly?
Maeve. Maeve, please. Can we contain ourselves?
What? No, I'm just saying, don't assume everyone's out to hurt someone. Yeah, it happens, of course it does. But that kind of thinking ain't giving folks their fair shot.
Don't know what I'll do if I don't have my followers. I can't live the way I used to before the machines took over. Oh, they expect so much of me now. They send me messages all night and all day. They need content. God, if I don't give them their content, they'll all leave. Their attention spans are like those of little bugs, but they're not as cute.
True. Do you know how much I'm feeding those social medias lately? It's exhausting. This one.
Okay, I think we need to talk about moderation.
Oh, we already have moderators, silly mouse. Any major content creator has to have them.
That's not what we're talking about.
I don't know what that stuff means. I'm talking about moderation in your thinking. What if you gave your fans only what you felt comfortable giving?
Doesn't matter what I want, silly mouse. They just want me to overreact to video games.
How very dare. No, that's not it.
Mary seems to view her followers as cattle. Are all mortals so docile?
Again.
Mitty, you're thinking that mortals want only one type of content is forcing you to make only one type of content. Your assumptions are keeping you from doing things you like. And you deserve to do things you actually enjoy.
You're very kind. I thought cowboys were supposed to be tough.
Who says I ain't? I just don't have nothing to prove no more.
Exactly.
Here, why don't we try something new for next time, since going out didn't go so well last time? I want to challenge you to take a day off. Don't answer any messages, don't post no content. Just do something for you and you alone. Take a sick day.
But we never get sick. We're dead people.
They don't know that, do they? One day, that's all I'm asking for. You need to give yourself a little space.
Very well. Since you've been a very kind mouse, I'll do it for you.
I'd prefer it if you did it for you, but we'll work toward that, huh?
Oh, I wish I had a big piece of cheese to give to you right now.
Yes, please, Maeve. I'll take the cheese.
A lactose intolerance is kind of a side effect of death, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'll see you in a month then, okay?
Yes.
Goodbye, Maeve. I'll miss you.
Great. I'll see you then.
Bye.
You are doing well, my friend.
Ah.
The old ones can be rather inscrutable sometimes.
She's human. We all are, ain't we? The way I see it, we all got the same problems one way or another.
Your wisdom never fails to impress, Samuel. I believe it is time for you to follow your own advice to Miss Meddy, however. All work and no play makes for a dull vampire, as they say.
Yeah, you're probably right. I might hit the hay early and do a bit of reading.
If you must take out some aggression on hay, then please do so. I shall see you soon, my friend. Rest in peace.
Andy, that's not what we mean.
Good night, Andy. Dang, I wonder how I'll feel about humanity when I'm 1800. Heck, I wonder whether there'll even be a planet. I guess it's time to drown my existential woes in blood. Howdy there, Crimson.
You're sounding a little weary there, cowboy. You getting enough to drink these nights?
Oh yeah, that ain't it. Just existential ponderings.
That's just my specialty. What's eating you, buckaroo?
It's this old client I got. She's been watching humanity hurting itself for 1,800 years. Every time she expected better, she got hurt. She ain't wrong to mistrust mortals.
That's a tough one. What do you do with someone like that?
Well, I tried to guide her to look inward like I do with everyone. People are people, but so is she.
How do you think she took it?
I don't think she took it that well, to be honest.
I don't know, Crimson. I'm not sure this lady's even wrong in her judgments of humanity. She accepts it for what it often is. So she's giving them what they want, even at her own expense.
Sounds like you've been on the right track to me. She's never gonna be content making other people happy, especially if she's not on the same page as they are.
Dang, Crimson. I can see why Andy respects you so much. You done some living, sounds like.
Death at the door can put things into perspective. I get where your client is coming from. Changing the world isn't gonna happen, but we can at least change ourselves.
I don't think that's true. The country I left definitely ain't the country I was born in.
The wheels turn a little slowly for us mortals, cowboy. Back in D.C., I was trying to push policy to do something about our poverty problem, but the kind gentlemen across the street were pretty happy to make things worse. When I got my cancer diagnosis, that was my wake-up call to stop getting disappointed and start living with the little amount of time I had left.
Fair.
Working at a bar is more rewarding than being a member of the bar, huh?
Not bad, cowboy. It's got its charms. Here, I whipped up something special for you.
That ain't half bad. Got a refreshing taste.
Rose hips. Just a little something extra. Been experimenting with some herbals for Andy.
Guess old dogs like us can still learn new tricks. Thanks, Crimson. I think I'll hit the hay now.
You hit that hay, Desperado. I'll see you later.
Got a lot on my mind tonight. I think I need some rest. Now, what should I do to relax?
Go to sleep.
I think sleep's what I need right now. That's enough for one night. Time to visit Dreamland. Maybe I'll see my princess there.
I like how he loves his horse so much.
Samuel, my dear, I do look forward to our chats. How are you feeling tonight?
Why have we got one option?
I gotta confess, boss, I'm a little down. I love helping other vampires, but getting therapy myself sometimes ain't much fun.
I understand. Looking in the mirror is difficult for any human, much more so when they don't cast a reflection.
You ain't kidding. It just seems like there's always work to do, you know? Like my walking in the woods for 90 years wasn't nearly enough time.
I dare say you are correct. I believe that we must never cease our walking in the woods. There is no mystery deeper than that of our own existence.
Where do vampires come from anyway?
Well, Samuel, when two vampires love each other very much...
We're getting the talk from Andy.
Come on, boss, that's not what I'm asking. Where do we come from?
The answer to that is much older than recorded history, my friend. But let us focus on you. We should start with some meditation and determine what thoughts are most important to you right now.
Oh, we're doing more meditation, okay.
Close your eyes and envision your place of comfort.
On my horse.
Being a therapist. Is my hat weird? Ich bin Sam. Ich bin ein Kuhman. Election looks real bad back home. Dr. Drain thinks I'm brain damaged. Why'd my mama have to marry that asshole? When's the sunrise? The Senora hates my guts. Sure wish you were still here, Jeb. Actors need help, that's for dang sure. Wish I had more book smarts. Bet he scares the heck out of me. You're an idiot, Sam, hurting all them folk.
Hey yo, what's that thought about?
Why'd I join up with a gang in the first place?
I kind of want to know more about Sam. He seems like such an interesting character, but we're talking to all the other characters, so it's like we don't get to focus on Sam that much. I feel like he could like have like a really interesting like spin-off comic about him and his adventures as a vampire cowboy before he ended up here.
How are you feeling, my friend?
Pretty good. I gotta say, my head.
Yeah, we're like getting little bits and
was afraid
pieces
of
as we go.
therapy today.
Why is that, my friend? What thoughts came up?
Well, after last time, I think I was stewing a bit. Just being real angry at myself for joining that nasty cult in the first place.
They preyed on the vulnerable, as cults tend to do. If you had been a man of means with a robust support system, I doubt they would have noticed you.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, I'm mad about that too. I mean, my country did me real wrong and put me in that sorry state to begin with.
This sounds like a proverbial can of worms.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. After we talked last time, I kept thinking, what could I have done differently? And the answer amounts to horse shit.
Oh.
All that law breaking I did, all that murdering and stealing and doing no good, that was my country failing me.
Let us slow down, Samuel. You are making a bit of a logical leap. I have great admiration and empathy for you, my friend, but it is disrespectful to those you hurt to blame anyone but yourself.
I mean, I guess I could have died. I suppose that would have been kinder, but that's a lot to ask a boy to do.
I am not suggesting that you should have died, and I do not suggest that your country was without fault. However, your country had its role, and you had yours. You are using a cognitive distortion called blaming. When we engage in blaming, we ignore or wipe away our own faults, attributing them to someone or something else.
New game mechanics?
Our faults are precious, Samuel. We cannot be ourselves without them. Do not wipe them away.
I mean, I just wish things hadn't been the way they were. If my country had taken a better trail, maybe I would have turned out different.
Differently. I am sorry to interrupt, but Senora Deste might correct you less gently.
Ah, rude.
Now then, perhaps it would help to put blaming into perspective. It is always humbling to see ourselves in the mirrors of our minds, is it not? Let's try some examples. See if you can tell when I am blaming. I turned into a bat the other day and flew right into a tree. Who put that tree there?
Blaming someone else or the tree for you being clumsy? That ain't gonna do anyone much good. I smacked into my fair share of trees back when I was a youngster, but that was definitely my fault.
Of course. There is no shame in being a novice flyer as a young vampire, but we can be insecure creatures. That's our humanity at work. I was unable to perform in bed with Crimson the other night. It must have been her fault.
Dang, that is some blaming. Takes two to tango, boss. Maybe there's some bad blood brewing between you two, and I wish I hadn't heard about it.
Do not worry, my friend. Crimson and I bring each other great satisfaction.
And the game doesn't show me that? Come on! I want to see that!
Alright, I get it.
I said nothing lurid, Samuel. Why are you so distressed?
He's flustered.
Singing great satisfaction. It's like hearing your parents talking about their sex lives. I mean, not that you're... I mean, forget I said anything.
All right, Samuel, let us move on.
Yep.
The interface on this widely used new vampire dating app is so modern. How do they expect anyone to use this cursed thing?
Come on now, boss. Not every app out there is designed too good, but we can't expect machines to run themselves. Well, that's some blaming right there.
You are correct, Samuel. It was only hypothetical, of course. I do endeavor to keep up with the times. By the way, thank you again for teaching me Control-V and Control-C the other night. What a delightful trick.
Oh yeah, way faster than going through the edit menu all the time.
You
Heck yeah.
youngsters always find the latest tricks. Let's keep going, though. Did you see the football game the other night? My preferred team played with great skill and should have won. The referee was clearly an agent of the Dark Lord.
No?
And now hold on, Andy. I think I saw the game you're talking about, and you're just blaming the ref for your team's mistakes. You got a great tight end, but one that plays a little dirty.
Excuse me?
I didn't mean it like that. Oh, heck, I can't talk right today.
It's quite all right. Isn't getting dirty the point of play?
Ayo.
It is the fault of the cursed sun that we must live in darkness.
No.
Well, the sun can't help being the sun, so don't go blaming it. The way I see it, we got our place. That ain't nobody's fault.
Well done, Samuel. Perhaps the sun is even more brilliant in our memories, and seeing the real thing would spoil it.
Well, that's one way of thinking about it. I think I get it. I ain't trying to erase what I did. I'm just bitter that I felt like I had no choice at all. And it all goes back to the United States taking my daddy away for their manifest destiny. I'm mad at him too. Dying for his country. What kind of nonsense is that? How'd his country pay him back? By making my poor ma marry a drunk who beat the daylights out of her and his kids? Ain't no damn wonder I turned out the way I did.
That must have been devastating, Samuel. Countries are not human. They cannot feel. And stories such as yours prove it.
I mean, what the hell, Andy? My daddy's corpse didn't give a shit about no United States of America. It's kind of funny when you think about it. He died fighting the British so the U.S. could say they own Missouri. Who the fuck cares?
Hey, yo!
I'm telling you, Andy, the best thing about being dead is realizing how little that nationalism crap matters.
Ah, I see.
Desire for
He's not patriotic then.
Worse than me. What happened after your father died?
Well, we didn't have nothing. The money was running out, so my ma got married to a hard man who drank even harder. He beat up my older brother, Jeb, for fun. And once Jeff started fighting back, dear old stepdad came for me. And that's when my brother killed him.
It sounds like a tragedy from my own country's mythology. I am sorry that such a thing happened to you, Samuel. Your brother was brave.
No kidding. We went on the run together, but he was the one who kept us alive and fed, mostly through stealing and begging. Once we stopped being cute, begging didn't work anymore, so we moved up to robbing and killing. Killed my first man at 12, and then it got a little too easy.
That is young. I cannot imagine how difficult that must have been, Samuel. My country asked me to kill at 20, and I still remember how devastating it felt.
Damn.
Yeah, well, nobody told me to do it. Like you said, that was all me. I don't think anyone was surprised either. When my brother and I rode into a town, you should have seen the way people looked at us. They knew we were trouble, and we were determined as hell to prove them right.
A moment, Samuel. I believe this is an opportunity for some growth.
It's them distortions again, huh?
To err is human, as they say. Do not be discouraged. There is something in what you just said that you cannot be sure of. Can you tell me what it is?
People knew we were trouble?
I guess there ain't no way of knowing that people thought we were trouble.
That's right, Samuel. There is one way of knowing exactly what they were thinking, and that would be to read their minds. Thus is the cognitive distortion called mind reading. Yes, we can weigh evidence and make predictions, but never with complete certainty.
Ah!
I was a dirty little thieving murderer. I don't blame him for judging me.
First, that's labeling. Second, one of those people might have been patient and gentle. One that had an experience like yours. You cannot know.
Exactly.
With your mind reading, do you see how you made everyone your enemy?
Yeah. You're right. You're damn right.
No one expects a child to be perfectly aware of themselves and the world, Samuel. Remember, start with compassion for yourself. Here, let us do an exercise to help you recognize mind reading. Jesus Christ would have disliked the idea of anal intercourse.
Well, we don't know that.
That's mind reading right there. Unless you asked Jesus Christ himself and he told you, there's no way you'd know how he feels about butt sex.
Yeah! He could be way into it.
Good, Samuel. Many in my time have claimed to know the mind of Jesus Christ, and none of them have ever even met him.
So, is he canonical in this universe? That's actually kind of crazy.
You were there when he was kicking around. You ever meet him?
So he is! He is! This game's nuts.
No, that part of the world was never really vampire-friendly.
Yeah, it's true.
The chair you're sitting in is one of his, though. Magnificent, isn't it?
But what? What?
Jesus Christ made this chair?
I bought it cheaply before he became a big deal. He was certainly ahead of his time as a carpenter.
I forget that. Yeah, a carpenter. Still pushing my narrative, Jesus is a vampire. Could be.
Dang, now I feel awkward sitting in this thing.
It's more than 2,000 years old, Samuel. It is still just a chair, and has experienced millennia of past wind. Don't worry about it.
That's funny. I'm farting in Jesus's chair.
Crimson is upset with me because I forgot to take out the garbage. I know, because she told me so.
Well, that's not mind reading.
I sent my friend Vlad an internet message, and he left it on read. He must hate me.
Aha!
That's some mind reading for sure. There's no way you know what Vlad's thinking. Maybe he wasn't ready to answer, or maybe he forgot.
Excellent, Samuel. That's correct. There are endless reasons why Vlad would leave my messages unread, and only Vlad knows them. Reading too much into an internet message is a massive waste of time.
Exactly.
The Pony Express was a lot healthier, I think. This internet stuff makes people get real nutty.
Mortals are in more of a rush than we are, I'm afraid. Let us continue. One of the patrons of my club was having dirty thoughts about me. I know because I read his mind with my vampiric powers.
Well, if you did that, then it's the truth.
I told our bouncer Bert a funny joke the other day. He was quiet, but very amused. You did not find all the instances of mind reading, Samuel. please listen closely.
The second one, I'm guessing.
Jesus Christ would have disliked the idea of anal intercourse. Crimson is upset. I sent my friend Vlad. One of the patrons of my club was having dirt. I told our bouncer, Bert,
How the heck would you know if Bert was amused by your jokes? That's clearly mind reading.
You are correct, Samuel. No one knows what Bert is thinking. I like to think he dreams of butterflies. But who can say?
I don't think he's thinking of butterflies.
Then you are mind reading, Samuel. Let Bert be Bert.
Yeah, I guess so.
I believe you now understand that mind reading may have closed the door on some opportunities for you.
I suppose. I can't really know either way, but I guess that's the point of all this. Knowing what's real and what's not.
Exactly, Samuel. So tell me, what happened to you and your brother?
You don't know already. I thought we were famous Wild West outlaws. They called us the Handsome Boys, on account of the fact that we were young and good looking.
Ayo.
I think we made as close to a living as possible while keeping up a life like that for some 35 years. They stopped calling us the Handsome Boys eventually. Mostly they just called us those two sumbitches. Jeb and I married a pair of sisters, even talked about settling down in some kind of fashion. I guess we got greedy though. One last big job, as they say in the pictures. Met this fella in a saloon who'd heard of us. Went by Ernie. He said he'd help us take down the Pioneer Missouri Bank. A take of $30,000 split 3 ways. That's about $1 million in today's dollars, but that kind of money was unthinkable back when. We got the money all right, but my brother got shot in the head. Dead before he even hit the ground. I didn't know who did it, so in my rage, I killed every soul in that bank. Ernie and I ran off with that dirty money, but weren't nothing the same after that. When she heard the news, my sister-in-law was screaming so loud she scared the coyotes away. My wife left with her that night, and I didn't see either of them ever again. Not sure I wanted to. I had $15,000 and no interest in spending it. Just sat there in a sack. When Ernie invited me to join his gang, I saw no reason not to. I'm pretty sure I signed that devil's contract as soon as I started killing them folks in the bank.
I am sorry, Samuel. That is a truly horrifying story. I can hear the pain in your voice. Your brother was precious to you.
Yeah. He wasn't a good man, Andy. But he kept me safe. Without him, I knew I'd be doomed. I was certain I had no choice but to join the Mystic Bastards. Yeah, I know. Cognitive distortion.
I know you know, Samuel. A new one, but I think you can identify it on your own. What is the cognitive distortion you are displaying now?
Well, maybe my brother wasn't that bad a man.
Good and bad are both often inaccurate extremes, but it is a new distortion I am trying to help you identify, not Nosferatu thinking. Think again.
I was so sure I was right to join the Mystic Bastards. Ain't nobody could have convinced me otherwise.
Indeed, Samuel. This cognitive distortion is known as being always right. And when you are always right, your choices are limited, even if they lead to doom.
Indeed.
Become so convinced that only we have the appropriate perspective. Even in a world of infinite possibilities, one would expect immortals to be immune to this distortion after seeing their beliefs challenged over generations. But we are just as susceptible to being always right. Let's try some examples so you can identify when I am always right. I have the experience of ages. My authority cannot be questioned.
No.
Okay, Boomer.
Did he really just say, okay, Boomer? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Excuse me?
Just something I hear the kids say when old mortal folk are acting like they're always right. The folks born after World War II are real good at destroying the world, but they assume age leads to wisdom. It ain't necessarily so.
You are always right about that. Well done, Samuel. With my multi-generational economic expertise, I am confident that market conditions will result in mass layoffs in the next quarter.
No?
Hold on, you can't know that layoffs are gonna happen after the next financial quarter.
I did not say that I was certain, just that I had earned modern stock markets are run by a cabal of dark cultists, and one can make educated predictions about their behavior.
Wait, are you serious?
Oh.
Yes. They sacrifice all to the dark god of ever-increasing profit. You should know this, Samuel. Their dark gospel reigns supreme in your land.
That's kind of crazy.
Oh, right. I guess I never thought as institutional investment bankers as dark cultists, but you're right. That's exactly what they are.
If only they had chosen a more ethical god than unrestrained capitalism.
Damn,
I
okay.
know that turning another into a vampire inevitably results in resentment.
No?
That sounds like you're always right. I know a lot of us vampires ain't too happy with our lot in life, but we ain't always resentful.
That is correct, Samuel. Of course, we must be careful when choosing whom we turn and when. Choosing to live forever is not a choice casually made.
It ain't usually a choice at all.
But we will endeavor to break that cycle, my friend. We have enough clients already without having more resentful immortals running around. Let us continue. I know for a fact that vampires become misanthropic as they age. I do not need your perspective.
And now hold on, you ain't always right. You thinking we're gonna turn into misanthropes is limiting you from making new vampires, but that's just your thinking.
Very good, my dear Samuel. Caution is warranted when bringing a new soul into the dark, but I must consider perspectives other than my own. I have not had much good fortune with my children of darkness, but I am indeed not the only judge of character.
You got kids, Andy?
I had many dark children before I recognized the gravity inherent in doing so.
Oh.
I only wish more of my brethren could learn what a responsibility it is to begin the unlife of another. I know the internet is a passing fad. I have seen technology come and go, so I can trust my own expertise.
Nuh-uh.
I think you're doing a little always right there, Andy. A lot of folks had unwavering confidence that the fax machine was gonna stick around forever, but they weren't right neither.
Exactly.
Truly? I still use my fax machine. It is the preferred mode of communication among vampires here in Germany.
Heck, I guess that just proves no one is always right about technology. I think I get it, boss. If I had found folks to listen to other than myself, maybe I wouldn't have joined up with Ernie's gang.
Perhaps, perhaps not. You had plenty of reasons for making the choices you made. Reflecting on them is what helps us to grow.
Yeah, I'm a lucky fella all in all. I did some stuff with those vampires that I was pretty sure erased any humanity I had left, but I was wrong. Them transcendentalists I hold up with were ready to help me no matter how nasty I was. And I know I've done a lot of thinking on my own, but I owe them everything.
I've done a lot of thinking on my own, but I owe them everything. Is that so, Samuel? Can you point out your own distortion there? Samuel, you are discounting your own efforts in the incredible changes you have made.
Oh.
Few vampires have such resiliency. I ask once more, what is the distortion you are displaying when you say you owe the transcendentalists everything?
Disqualifying the positive.
It's my old favorite sneaking up
Heck
on
yeah.
me, disqualifying the positive. I did plenty of work on myself.
That's right, Samuel. And why were the transcendentalists able to help you? We just went over it tonight.
Oh, thank you for the head pats. How you doing?
I realized I wasn't always right. I was ready to start receiving help.
Excellent, Samuel. Your capacity for self-reflection, and so quickly, is truly inspiring. I almost feel as though my blood is circulating on its own.
Good, what about you? I'm doing good. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna probably end stream pretty soon.
Oh, come on, Andy. I'm just a fella.
You have earned a reprieve from disqualifying the positive, my friend. Embrace it. I believe we have had a productive session today. Let us not press matters. This is difficult work, and you are handling it wonderfully. How do you feel?
I feel like I took in so much information.
You know, I feel okay. Somehow it's better than feeling good. What happened is what happened. Some bad stuff happened to me, and I did some bad stuff.
Indeedy.
None of it lasts forever. That's the nice thing about having all the time in the world.
Your trials have made you wise indeed, my dear Samuel. Now rest, my friend. You shall soon share your wisdom with your clients. I wish you a good night.
Yeah, I believe it's early coffin time for me tonight. Have a good night, Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Woo! And the game takes a little moment to load the next scenes. It's funny. And this is exactly where we're gonna save.
Samuel, greetings. You look a bit pale. May I offer you something to drink?
But yeah, that was some more of Vampire Therapist. I've been really enjoying it so far, actually. The characters in it are very vibrant, and there's like a lot of like perspectives to take in mind, and it's also quite like philosophical. It is, oddly enough, like great for self-reflection too, although they tell you not to take it too seriously. I had a lot of fun with that. We're going to go off and find somebody to raid because we're going to be ending up soon. But I do want to remind you guys that I will be streaming tomorrow at 10 a.m. BST as well. And we actually have an unplanned, unscheduled stream that I will probably be updating my Discord with. But we're going to do a stream at 10 p.m. on Friday. We're going to be playing some Repo. How very exciting. Let's see. Who have we got to raid? How about Panda IRL Gaming, who is doing some Palia. Very nice. Yes, it's really, really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. If you guys want to check out cool clips from streams in the past, check out my socials. And on my Discord, I update with everything I'm doing currently, as well as it being a place for my community to talk with one another. We host events, and it's very up to date with everything that's going on. I do have a raid message if you guys would like to share it with whoever we raid. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you stay hydrated, take your medicines, get yourself some nice food, and just have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.